If you attend one of the many events held at the Senior Center, chances are that you'll get a big Southern greeting from our first guest. Let's welcome Jan Carlisle, our Queen of the South, to the table.
Thank you.
Welcome, Jan.
Thank you.
Now, you guys should know Jan is my very favorite because she's from the South. And I always ask her things like manners. She taught me manners, like from manners. They do like manner school there.
Etiquette, yes.
Yeah,
Etiquette,
but we got
etiquette school, yes.
We're gonna say where you're from, so you can tell us where you're from.
Okay. I'm from LaGrange, Georgia. It's a little town about 45 minutes southwest of Atlanta, near the Alabama line, but we don't talk about Alabama. The SEC rules in the South, so, you know, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee.
Okay, and how long did you live in Georgia?
All of my life.
All of your
I
life?
was born and raised in Georgia.
Yes.
And what brought you here?
The kids and grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
They all moved and you moved
and the
with
mountains.
them. Excellent.
So when you were in Georgia, is that when you did etiquette school?
Yes. Well, I did it in Georgia and Kentucky, but I've done it.
Okay, and is that while you're like a preteen, a teenager, an adult? Like at what age do people do that?
Adult. I was, yeah.
Really?
But I taught. Is that what you're talking about? Teaching?
Well, no. When did you go?
When you learned, when did you learn about?
From my mother. I mean, I started learning when I was a wee child, and you just learn bread and butter notes. You know, you never send a dish back empty. It has to have a thank you note, handwritten.
Oh, okay.
And it has to have something in it.
Okay,
So-
but then wouldn't it be better for them to at least get the dish back, even if it's empty?
You gave the dish back.
I know, but I'm saying if someone never can get the thank you card and a treat on the dish, wouldn't it at least be good to get the dish back?
It would be. But in the
They're
South,
going to be exchanging forever and ever. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
no, yes, that's true. But it's called bread. Well, my mother called them bread and butter thank you notes. You know that you always. She really believed in thank you notes. That was the.
I love
tell us
thank you
a
notes
few
also.
more of those things that we should, as
Etiquette.
ladies.
Yeah, in a different era, when I was in high school, I remember my English teacher would bring in beautiful cards, blank cards, and teach us the verbiage of how to write a thank you card, how to accept an invitation and how to decline one. But you don't have that. But that was just part of the.
I think we should bring that
But
back.
we need that.
We should
I'm
bring that
still a
back.
big card writer. I write letters. Go to the post office when they have new stamps in. So, you know,
But you take it a step further because she illustrates her own cards.
No
she
way.
is an artiste
yes.
in
I
many
did.
ways.
Yes, I had a line of cards that started out when I was doing a fundraiser for a heart association at a hospital in Nashville. And I would let people put a thumbprint, then I would draw something around it. And these were ladies, so I thought, what can I do? I can't do little cartoon figures, so I did ladies in big hats, and it just had red lipstick, which is kind of my signature.
That's her signature.
And they had the red lipsticks and the big hats.
The fancy
And
hats.
so everybody liked them so much and said, will you do me 6 or do you do me? So I did a set and then had them printed and gave them as gifts. So
Are you still
They're
selling
awesome.
them?
I do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're so cute, you guys.
So we need to go to the
So
senior
cute.
center, maybe? Is that what has expanded
Yes.
your world, or what have you loved about that?
Well, when I moved here, my daughter saw the senior center van, and she mentioned, and I thought, I am much too young to be going to the
That's
senior
what
center.
my mom and mother-in-law are saying, and they shouldn't.
And then I broke down one day and went. It was on a Wednesday. Nobody was there. There was 2 people there. But they were so nice and so welcoming. And they were having a board meeting, and Verna Jo came out, and I met her, our director. And it was just a warm feeling. And so I thought, I'll try it. I'll try it once. So I went once.
I'm you. I'm a one-trier.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
I'll give it a shot.
Uh-huh.
But then I fell in love with it. People were so warm. It was my generation. The food is wonderful. Has gotten better through the years.
It's really so good.
Now it is amazing. All the little extra touches.
Have you added some of your Southern charm to the food or the items?
Yes, because we did an activity, the horse race.
We did the Kentucky Derby.
I want to go.
It was
Yes,
so
we
fun.
had-
And she had scratch
We
offs.
made hats for everyone. We ordered bow ties for the gentlemen. We
It was so fun.
Because I had been to the Kentucky Derby, so I knew the food. We had mock mint juleps. We crushed the mint right out of Verna Jo's garden. She brought, and we crushed that. You had to bruise it and put it in the bottom of the. You don't say crush, you say bruise. You bruise it and put it in the bottom. And then
I didn't know you
just
bruised mint.
but it was such a hit. The food, we had the food like they do at the Derby. And roses, they had decorated, Verna had decorated everything with red roses, which is Run for the Roses, you know. We even watched it on TV, and I printed out the racing form. I was on the phone to people in Kentucky the night before. I forget
It was
who
so
had been dropped.
To make it just right.
It felt real. We were really at the Kentucky Derby.
We had the racing forms, and we had everything. It
You
was
could have
wonderful.
the little
And that's
divots
just-
to go stomp back
Money
in
was
with your
being bet left
fancy
and right. No,
heel.
just kidding.
We had Dan Fogelberg singing "Run for the Roses." You know, we did everything,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that
it
is
was. But that's just
fantastic.
one little small part of things
Yeah.
that go on at the center. I mean,
Which
it's-
as I'm listening to you, that's so cool because all of us, I would guess, have not been to the Kentucky Derby, but to go and have different
That's right.
experiences of all different kinds when you go to the senior center
Exactly.
is one of the reasons you should join.
Absolutely.
Right?
Because there is something for everyone. You
Right.
know, there's some people that's not their thing, but there's something there for everyone. I mean, all the ages of getting older. You know, we have, our oldest is 103, but
my
we have
goodness.
a table of nifty 90s.
Okay.
That we
So
honor.
we're close. We could maybe come soon. If we get enough Southern
Listen,
charm
we
under our
love-
belts.
We love to have people come, especially younger people. And we have a lot of young people that come and volunteer, and so it's a fun place. And the food is absolutely wonderful.
So the
And our
food,
director-
Yeah.
the
I put
activities,
food,
what else?
people.
I think the top to me is the director, Verna Jo. Puts
So
everything she has into it. I mean, she does so many things that most of the members really don't realize she does.
Yeah.
But she, just like when we were talking about the Kentucky Derby, you're not saying, and she was on board with everything. And when you have a partner like that working, it makes it easy. We have the Mother's Day luncheon with Battenberg lace parasols, and we have all kinds of
so-
things. But then the food, the camaraderie, the music. There's always some kind of
I love
entertainment
that.
from the nursery school children up there to elderly people that will just get up there and play the piano and play beautifully. At Christmas, we had Verna Jo had a harpist in, and it was lovely. It was just charming and lovely, and it was just it just gives you a warm feeling. And you walk in and you see smiles. You see smiles, and you feel the warmth. And so I think the warmth, the director, the food, the warmth, the music, the camaraderie, the
Just
smiles.
something for everyone. Yeah, I loved how you said that. Yeah.
Hey, we'll put down
6 or 7.
Well, and really, it's not just, I mean, when people think of the senior center, they're like, oh, well, I'm not old enough. But I'm like, but are you old enough to socialize, to want to have fun, to want to experience different things and make friends? I'm not a senior citizen. I've gone down there so many times between volunteering and going with Kevin, and I love it. These are my favorite people.
Well, and we love to see people that are not seniors yet,
Yeah.
but will be one day. You know, I want to compliment the city of Spanish Fork too, because this is a jewel in our community to have a spot where elderly people can get together. It's like all of a sudden we're transported. We're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. We're, the veterans are saluted. I mean, it's just a warm, welcoming, fun place for senior citizens to get out to be a part of something, and it just I think it benefits the community and it benefits every senior citizen. And we have a lot of young senior citizens
Okay.
that come around the 60 years old. That, you know, we have a lot that's they're on out,
Okay.
55 to 60. So
Okay.
we have something, and I think y'all would love to come to our parties.
I usually go
We
like
have-
twice a year, and I find I need to go more because it is so much fun. It really
Good.
is a fun place.
That's nice to hear younger people say that, because that's what the aim is.
There's just cool people there.
So, when do you guys hold events? If we were to tell the audience when they should show
Well-
up or what's going on
Well,
when?
we usually have a big Valentine dance. There's a group, the volunteers, I have to back up. One of the big things at the Senior Center, the volunteers, we have exceptional. And one of the committees put on, like we have a huge Valentine dinner dance. We have a Christmas, and Verna Joe probably could fill you in on all the other things I'll probably forget, but the Valentine is a big one. And then we have the Christmas event, dance and dinner. And so there's several big things like that, but at Halloween, I mean, the costumes are amazing.
They are.
Because
They're so fun.
it's almost like your age has been lifted. You just can put them. They will come in with some of the funniest
And
costumes.
then they have their own little parade, just like the
Yeah, we have, and then when they come around, they get a candy
Yeah.
bar, and we
So-
parade.
so
We have Easter. We have hat day. People wear funny hats. We have Disney Day. We have Elvis Day.
Oh my.
I'm a big
Well,
Elvis
you
fan.
sound like a lot of fun and a huge asset.
I know.
Sadly,
Thanks for
we're out of
coming in.
time, so you'll have to come back and visit us another time.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.